Hey guys, second mention with a video for you guys. In this updated review of buying a used iPhone from eBay after 1 year, we're kind of taking a look at this phone and how well it has been. You guys been asking how well this phone has worked and if you had any issues after using it for so long, because we bought this phone used, and what you can expect buying used iPhone from eBay for a discounted price. A lot of times you wonder that because it is cheaper and discounted and it's a used phone that it might not work or it might break in a couple months, and we're going to explain to you why that's not really the case, and this is a proof of it. We're going to discuss if we had any issues, what those could have been, and kind of the experience of buying on eBay. But before we dive into today's video, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news reviews and giveaway, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And also, if you guys are looking for discounted iPhones to buy off eBay, make sure you guys check out the links in the description section. So let's go and talk about the iPhone XS here. The iPhone XS here, if you guys haven't seen the original video, we're going to put a link in the description section of the original one, which we bought in July of 2020, and right now we're in September time frame, so it's just been a little over 1 year, so around 13-14 months of usage. And this phone has been used like a regular phone. We have done videos on it, we did recording for YouTube videos, we did outside testing, running different apps, all this and much more regular usage. And the phone itself, even after 14 months or 1 year, it has held up really well. For basic calling, texting, it does just a phenomenal job like you would on iPhone 12. We haven't seen any difference between the performance of this device. If you're using it for simply calling, texting, browsing, all of that stuff on this iPhone XS is phenomenal, and there's not any issues that we have experienced of it, no glitches or things like that. So overall, so far so well. The other thing about this phone, it does have a 5.8 OLED display. It's a premium model, and right now, because this is a premium model, it's really well in terms of when you're watching shows and videos and taking even pictures, because it does have two rear dual camera, which are exceptional, especially when it comes to photography. You're able to actually go ahead and take some really great picture, even 4K videos. You're able to do portrait mode in all the different settings that are currently available. As you'll notice here, we're able to do it. So for photography wise, the phone is phenomenal. Even for FaceTime camera, it has a great camera for your selfies as well. Talking about the price point of this phone, back last year when we bought it, was a little over $400, and because of the iPhones and how they tend to hold off their value, the phone right now, if you're looking for it, you're going to be paying around $300 to $350, so you're not really saving a lot. Even after a year, the price hasn't dropped drastically like it does with some of the other phones in the market, usually with Android phones or other smart devices like the ones from Google. They'll eventually drop price really quick, but the iPhones, they tend to hold up really well, and that's because of the software itself. So right now, if you're searching for it, you're going to be looking to spend somewhere between $300 to $350, even a pre-owned device from eBay. And most of the devices on eBay are known as pre-owned. We say that because they're used or seller refurbished. What seller refurbished basically means is that maybe the phone was traded in, maybe they had to do something with it. Usually it's not like they're taking the phone apart or replacing all the parts. A lot of times that's something people get confused with. So seller refurbished devices aren't bad, especially when you're buying a premium phone like the iPhone XS, which goes for $999 originally. And right now you can't even buy this phone new from Apple. So Apple doesn't sell. You can buy it new from some carriers are still offering it, or if you look in eBay or Amazon, which that's why we're going to put some links down for you guys that you guys want to check out. So let's talk about the battery life of using this phone. Originally, when we got it, it was over 90% or so, and we use it sparingly here and there, and we did a lot of testing. We did a recording, we did a lot more. The battery life did held up well. So the battery itself right now, it's still at 90% of it. Remember, this phone itself was released in 2018, and we used it about a year since we bought in 2020 2020, which again is almost 3 years now. 90% is really good, and the reason we're able to maintain this is there's a couple of tips we shared with you guys in a previous video, which again we'll leave a link in the comment section, which explains to you guys how to optimally charge your phone in a way that will keep your maximum battery health stable and not drastically drop. Apple usually recommends you go ahead and change it when it drops under 80%. Even then, these phones held up really well. Even if you go to like 70%, 60%, if you don't notice much difference in terms of battery dying quick, it might still will be good for you. In terms of other things, for example, for this device, if you're using it for social media, we find that again the phone is really great because the iPhone XS, if you're comparing with even the 12 lineup, the iPhone 12 here, you're not going to notice much difference when it comes to performance for your social media, your productivity tool, multitasking. You're able to update to iOS 14, which is great because right now that's the latest version. It's going to get iOS 15 that's going to come out in a couple weeks when iPhone 13 drops, and that's not something you need to worry about. This phone itself, we expect it to be good for another 2 to 3 years of getting major software updates. As you see here, we're running iOS 14 here with all of the features that we can get here. Although that says iPhone 12 Pro, it's actually the iPhone XS. You could actually rename this, so you guys might be like wondering, okay, why does that say iPhone 12 Pro? That's something we were doing a test on, but this phone is iPhone XS here, and the way you can tell is this is a gold edition of it, the dual camera. The iPhone 12 Pro has 3 camera. It has this upper bezel and flat bezels as well. Here, of course, these are the rounded ones, and hence why we like it. Even the 12, some of you guys don't like that flat bezel that the iPhone 5 design that Apple has done. The iPhone XS, I think, is one of the really unique phones, and it's really nice and firm. It's one of my daily phones that I use on and off because how light and flexible and easy it is. It fits really well, even if you have like somewhere between average hands. If you have like small hands, even then it's good. If you have huge hand, the iPhone XS doesn't really might not be for you, but if you have really big hands, there's also the max version you can get, so there's that as well. So if you're not really enticed with the 5.8-inch display, you can of course upgrade it or get the bigger version of the max size of it. Other thing to note, the iPhone XS here comes equipped with the A12 Bionic chip, and right now the iPhone 12 lineup has IA14, so it's 2 chips generation behind, but it has 4 gigs of RAM. So when it comes to regular gaming, so if you're playing games that aren't really graphic intensive, they're gonna work really well. And if you're playing games that are meant to be played on the console like PUBG, they're still gonna perform well. And we did some video game testing on some of the videos, and we saw that the phone does hold up really well. So when it comes to gaming wise, you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever when you're playing game. Although of course these phones are not meant to be played games, you can definitely play games and do a lot more with it. All of our popular apps that you have, whether you do it for, like you said, social media, watching YouTube videos, or just simply calling, texting, none of that stuff, no issues we have seen. As you can see here, there's no lag or anything like that with this phone, even 14 months after we bought it from eBay. So the question is buying, used phone or refurbished phone off eBay a bad thing? Not really. You really are getting a discounted phone and not really wasting a lot of money, because this is $1,000 phone that does the same thing as the iPhone 12 lineup, which again right now they're almost $1,000 phone on the market here. So if you're not really looking to drop that much on a 12, the iPhone XS is still a great choice in 2021, and it's probably one of the premier choices. It compares with even the iPhone 11 here. So 11, of course, you're going to be paying another $200-300 more compared to the XS. And you say, why not go with this model? Because this model, of course, is a premier model. Even if you're going to be comparing the XS, you're going to be looking at the pro models of the 11 and the 12 lineup. So there you guys have it of the phone. Hopefully this review was helpful for you guys deciding whether to not buy a phone from eBay. of course, go for it, because as you see here. And the other thing on eBay is that if you have any issues, you always have 30 to 60 days return policy if you don't really like the phone. And make sure you guys check out other videos on other phones that we bought from eBay just to do that. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot more of these videos of other phones we bought from eBay to give you guys an update if we had any issues. Again, no issues with this phone even after a year. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. If this video is helpful, please make sure that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.